If you've got the dad bod going on, and whether you are a dad or you aren't a dad, and it's affecting your sex life, dating life, attraction, motivation, and you want to get rid of it, we're going to help you do that in today's podcast episode. So keep listening, keep watching wherever you're viewing this, and we'll see you in the episode right now. Welcome back to the Chasing a Greater Vision podcast. I'm your host, Rickey Jasper. Today's episode, we are talking about how to mentally and physically get rid of your dad bod when you have a very busy schedule. Why are we talking about this? Because as we get older, we have more responsibilities. Our schedule gets busy. Our relationship gets busy. Our work life, everything just gets busy. And what typically ends up on the back burner is our physical and mental health, and really our physical health. And that's the one that we can see very easily. Now, 5 ways that we are going to get rid of that dad bod, and I'll get into it even deeper in the video. Number 1 is we're going to set a goal. Number 2, we are going to plan and prioritize our nutrition and hydration. Number 3, we're going to move around on meetings. Number 4, we're going to get workouts done in the mornings. And number 5, we're going to include our partners if we have a partner. Now, why are we talking about a dad bod, and does it seem like it's something that's so superficial? Yeah, it might seem like that, but let me get deeper into it. When that dad bod takes hold, sometimes our energy decreases. Sometimes our confidence decreases. Sometimes our motivation to do things decreases. All of the things start to stem from that. All the things that we prided ourselves on in our 20s, we prided ourselves on when we were playing sports, when we were athletes, that we feel like we don't have now. And you turn around, you're like, man, like my confidence is low. My sex drive is low. All of these things are low. And it's like, well, because we're not prioritizing our health the way that we should. So this is how we're going to get rid of it. The first thing is we are going to set a goal. If you're someone who used to be an athlete, and you're someone who used to play sports, and you are someone who is used to some level of athletics or doing active exercises in your life, you will realize that if you look in the past, there was always a goal associated. I used to play basketball, and when you came into basketball season, the first 2 weeks was conditioning. It wasn't focused on anything skill-based. It was, we need to get you in shape from a physical standpoint so that when we actually start doing basketball drills, we're not worried about our breathing. We can actually focus on the thing that is the thing, which is basketball. We're not sitting there saying, oh man, I'm so winded, right? When it comes to setting a goal, you want to make sure that whether it's a time-based goal of you getting some exercise, it's a weight-based goal of you dropping. You want to be able to use the goal setting to be the thing that helps you be better at everything else in life. Now, let me bear myself out with that. Getting rid of a dad bod is connected to some of the other things that I was saying. The confidence, the sex life, the lack of motivation, the lack of productivity. Those are the main things that we want to improve. So in order to improve that, one of the aspects is we can lead a healthier lifestyle. How we lead a healthier lifestyle is, and I'm using this as an archetype, is getting rid of the dad bod. So setting a goal is to get rid of the dad bod so that you can be better in those other areas, so that you can be more motivated, so that you can have a better sex life, so that you can show up with more energy, show up as a better partner, show up as a more confident person, right? That's what the goal is. Now, setting a goal for you, it can be so many different things. The important thing is to set some type of goal. For me, I set a goal to run 20 miles every single week. Now, why do I do that? One, because I've really started to enjoy running. And the other thing too is because it's difficult. And when it's difficult for me right now, what happens is every time I conquer it, I feel so much more confidence. I feel so much more energized. And when I feel energized, I know that this is helping me be in better shape. I'm so much more mentally clear. I have so much more energy. And it's because of a simple goal that's just run this amount. So whatever your goal is, it doesn't have to be complex, but if it correlates to you just mentally and physically getting rid of the dad bod, that is going to help big time. Number 2, plan and prioritize your nutrition and hydration. I used to never focus on hydration, or I would say nutrition, like in my early 20s. Now, if you're somebody who was in your early 20s, you could very easily just you're like, man, how did I had a six-pack, everything was easy. Yeah, our genetics were a little bit different then, right? Our metabolism was a little bit different then. When you hit your 30s, it's a little bit different now. You have to be you have to work smarter and sometimes work harder. And it doesn't mean, oh, just work harder in the gym. It just means work harder in some of the planning aspects of it. Hydration is something that I've really dove into a lot now. I stay extremely hydrated. I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of water that has electrolytes, and I drink a lot of water that has electrolytes and sodium. And what I've realized is I'm actually able to limit some of my coffee intake because I have the necessary, water in me that I'm able to feel just energized naturally. I feel good. I'm not as sore with my workouts. I don't know. I feel more mental clarity, and I don't feel this like kind of head buzz of me just drinking a bunch of coffee throughout the day, which I would do in the past few years because I'm like, I just need energy after this workout, and it's tough. So hydration, prioritize that. From a nutrition standpoint, think of nutrition and hydration as well. It's fuel for your car. You are only going to perform at the quality of your fuel level. You're only going to look as good as the quality of what you put in your body. And again, that might sound superficial, but it's real. You can put two people side by side who do the same identical workouts for a year. You can put some person on a healthy diet. I categorize healthy as maintainably healthy, which is 80% of your diet is clean, 20%, hey, you're doing what you want. You're not crazy overdoing the calories. And you could put somebody who is flipped. They're doing 20% of the right thing and 80% of the wrong thing. With the same training plan, at the end of the year, you will look at two different people and you'll say, wow, they look drastically different. Their energy levels are drastically different. Their sex drive is drastically different. Their motivation is drastically different. And it's because they're putting different fuels in their body. Plan and prioritize your nutrition. For me, when I get up in the morning, I already from the night before have my pre-workout snack already set up, my vitamins already set up, my hydration stuff already set up. Because in the morning, when it's 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm tired. I don't want to actively, cognitively think about things that I have to do. So I plan it because I know if I don't do it, I'm going to be late to the gym. I'm going to be late to my run, or I just won't do it, right? So doing these things is going to help you so much. Plan and prioritize these things ahead of time so that when the time comes for you to implement, you don't have to overthink, right? We are so busy nowadays. The more we're able to plan, prioritize, and implement versus just fly by the seat of our pants, the better we are going to be. I speak also as me as a male. I'm not saying this is all males, but as a man in my early 30s, I guess maybe mid 30s now, 33, I have a lot going on. I want things to be easy. I don't want the easy things to end up being the hard things, which can typically happen when it comes to nutrition because you're eating a decent amount throughout the day and it's an easy thing to eat something, but it can be a hard thing to try to find something healthy or try to get some healthy things down when you haven't planned for it ahead of time, because typically the bad stuff for you is the easiest thing to get to put in your body. That's with a lot of other stuff. That's a whole different podcast, but we'll stay on this topic today. Number 3, move around during meeting calls. Now, I say this because most of us are in some level of a hybrid work-life balance, or we're working fully remote. What I started doing was I had a goal of hitting like 13,000 steps a day last year. And I wasn't running as much last year, but I was working fully remote. I'm still working fully remote. And I realized, I can walk around my, at the time, apartment. I can walk around my office. I was literally in death by meetings most days, right? So I had like 4 to 5 hours of meetings. And a lot of those meetings I could, camera was off, still contribute to the meeting, and I could just be on my AirPods and contribute to the meeting. And I would just walk back and forth. And I would end up throughout the days, I'd be averaging like 18 to 20,000 steps a day. Now, why is this important? So there's this guy named Paul Rivella, and he really talks about the importance of low intensity cardio. And he is a bodybuilding coach, and this isn't about to be a bodybuilding conversation, but he really focuses on his clients getting a lot more steps in. And he breaks it down to the numbers of the calories burned, getting that many more steps in, and the energy that it doesn't take to get that many more steps in. So basically, by getting some extra steps in throughout your day, getting an extra few thousand steps in throughout your day, you are increasing your caloric burn, and it doesn't feel like you're doing some sort of hard workout. You don't have to have some extensive recovery period. You're just getting more steps. Now, I challenge you to do this because I've done it. Go and, whether it's get your normal workout in and just go to your desk and just go through your normal day, right? And luckily, we have dogs, so we go out and walk the dogs. It's getting a little bit colder outside, so that limits us a little bit, but see how many steps you walk throughout the day. Then have a day where you have some meetings on your calendar, and even if it's a 15-minute meeting or 20-minute, 30-minute meeting, walk around your space. Especially if you're at home, walk around your space and check the difference of the steps that you take and the calories that you burn throughout the day. Now, it's a compounding thing. These are small, very easy, actionable things that you can do that make you feel good. Getting up and moving around makes you feel very, very good, especially during meeting calls, because other than that, especially if you don't need to be a contributor, let's be real, sometimes you got another screen up and you're just surfing the internet anyway because you have some people talking in your ear. So get up and move around. You will see how much better you feel. You'll start to see how much weight actually drops over time and how it doesn't impede on your schedule. You're on the meeting anyway. You can just get up and move around. You can get up and do some things that make you feel better. So try that. Number 4, get workouts done in the morning. So if you're somebody who says, I can't get up in the morning and I get my workouts in later. I'm speaking from the perspective of if you have a busy life outside of just working out, like if working out just isn't your entire life. It's not my entire life. It's a very important aspect, but I have other things that are now so much more important. I have a fiance, I have 2 dogs, my family lives close. Like I have friends, I have a social life, I do this podcast. There's so many other things. I have a work life. Like there's so many other things that I enjoy that take a lot of time. And that in the afternoon, the evening, especially when it's like 6:30, I don't want to be doing any work. I don't want to be at a gym. I want to be spending time with my fiance and my pups. Like that's it. Or out on the smoker, spending time with my fiance or my pups. Like that's the gold standard for me. So I sacrifice waking up in the morning anywhere from 4:50 to 5:15 to get to the gym, to get out on a run, because I know that at the end of the day, I'm going to have so much more time doing the things that I also love doing. And once you get your workout in the morning, it's done. The hardest thing is done, can be done by 7 a.m., by 7:30 in the morning. And it's amazing because you feel good. You already feel accomplished. My workouts are hard. By the time I complete my workouts, I have so much confidence. You can't tell me anything throughout the rest of the day because I'm like, I just did this hard thing in the morning when it was dark, when it was cold, and I didn't even want to get up, but I did it anyway. So the rest of the day, I'm like, I can't. It's very hard to bother me for the rest of the day because I have so much confidence. It also obviously correlates to looking better, feeling better, all of these things, this whole quote unquote dad bod archetype. Again, it's not just for how you look, it's how you feel, it's how you operate. And then the other thing too is what working out in the morning does for me is it makes me mentally improve my capacity it just improve my capacity for doing hard things, for doing tough things, because I realize over the course of the days, week, months, years that I've been doing this, I'm like, getting up early, no problem. Putting myself through something hard and challenging, no problem. Not just a workout, things at work, no problem. Making sure that I have time allocated to what's important, no problem. These things, I've become, I guess, a more optimized human, and I have a lot of fulfillment throughout my day because I'm able to prioritize something that's hard in the morning, get it out of the way, and it doesn't impede on anything else. Nobody's calling me at 4:45 in the morning. Nobody's setting up meetings at those times. It's quiet. Nobody's bothering me. When it's later in the day, there's a lot more noise that happens. And so when there's a lot of noise that happens, even if I was working out or getting some type of activity in at that time, I know I'm going to be distracted. I'm going to be checking my phone. I'm going to see who I need to call, what I need to do. I'm going to be adjusting my schedule for the next day. It would just be a mess. So that's why I'm such a huge advocate for working out in the mornings. You can hear other people say, any other time, that's fine. My opinion, what works best for me and what I really push is getting a workout and getting active and moving in the morning. Number 5 and last is if you have a partner, include your partner. I've realized this so much with Carly, especially in the past year that we've had this house together. It's amazing. We both run together about 2 days a week. And then from a nutrition standpoint, it's great because since we're pushing ourselves physically, we have our nutrition in mind, and we split up who makes the meals and things like that. But since we have our nutrition in mind, we don't have different nutritional goals where it's like, somebody wants to eat, crap one night and the other person just wants to eat healthy. And then there's that weird clash. It's like, no, we both are waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and we both want to feel good. And we both want to feel energized and feel as excited as we can in the morning to get the work done. Eating fatty, greasy foods is not going to aid in improving that at all. But doing the right thing from a meal-based standpoint and including each other on that is so helpful. Also, getting the workouts in together, it improves our motivation. She's seeing me improve. I'm seeing her improve. We are keeping each other accountable. We are hyping each other up, and we are each other's biggest cheerleaders. Those things help you. And then the other thing too is when you're staying physically fit together and you're physically fit, you find your partner that much more attractive. They find you that much more attractive. And it goes back to the things that we were saying. Sex life increases, motivation increases, confidence increases. People see you in a different light. You see yourself in a different light. The important people see you in a different light. All of these things stem. They just go together. So 5 things. And to wrap it up, is first thing is you have to set a goal. Set a goal for your time allocation into your health. Number 2, plan and prioritize your nutrition and hydration. Really do some research on hydration and see how much that it helps you. Number 3, move around during meeting calls. Sometimes we're all locked up in meetings. Like, let's just move around, get a little bit more steps in. Number 4, get workouts done in the morning when it's quiet, when nobody's bothering you. I love morning workouts because nobody's bothering me. I don't love them because I'm waking up in the morning. It's because nobody's bothering me. And number 5, include your partner if you have a partner. Having someone there to motivate you, having someone there that has your nutrition in mind, having someone there that you all can see yourself improving together, and then having someone there where you are increasing your attraction to each other by just continually working on yourself. And it's not just from a physical standpoint, it's from a mindset standpoint, it's from a process standpoint, it's from a system standpoint, that you all are just moving together in a unit in an area that is beneficial to your energy and is beneficial to the longevity of your life. So last thing is the word of the day, and I'll be quick with this. It's effort. Give effort to this. Getting rid of a dad bod is not an easy thing. So you have to give effort to it. You give effort to a lot of other things in your life, and you give passive effort to things that you don't want to give effort to, but you have to give active effort to this. And it doesn't take that long throughout the day, but it increases so many things. Again, the dad bod is just, it's an archetype for, low energy, for not looking your best, not feeling your best, but you attack that thing and you see all of the other trickle down things that are important to your life improve. So if this video helped you, if you liked it, please like, comment, share. I really appreciate you for watching. We're going to keep attacking some of the main hitting topics for men, women in our 30s that are trying to improve in life, that are trying to be similar to our past selves, but a completely different and better version of ourselves. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Peace. Thank you so much for watching this video. We have clips and content coming out every single week, full videos on Thursdays, and clips coming out almost every single day. You can subscribe to this channel if you like it. Also, please send it to somebody who you know needs this message or any message that you see, and we will see it in the next video.